Tim.
Yes.
What's your topic?
My topic is emojis. Now, here's the thing about emojis. They sound like a very Tim Gettys thing.
Yeah,
you know, I'm this young hip kid.
You are?
I'm doing all these young hip
Not
things.
young so much anymore.
You're so fit.
And emojis
Middle-aged.
are something that came from my generation of people, and my generation of people use them, and they seem like something that I would use a lot. I do not use them that much.
Yeah.
And I feel like I should know more about them.
Sure.
I do use them, but I'm not as well versed in them as I wish that I was.
Can I ask a question before we continue?
Yes.
What is the difference between an emoji and an emoticon?
Okay. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not that informed in all of this.
Emoji are the images, right?
So
Right.
emojis they're the images that you use in it's some Unicode. I don't know what all this shit means. I
Right.
Googled it and I tried to figure it out because now I realized that I'm old when I need to Google these things. But emoticon is the more old school. You
The
make
stuff I use.
You
Like
make
a colon
symbols
stuff.
together, like colons and parentheses. And
Got
shit
it.
like that
Okay,
to
because
make
when we first started working with Mike Drucker,
Mm-hmm.
who, as we know, submits the weirdest topics via Patreon. Thanks for the support, Mike. He wrote a joke where he was like smiley emoticon, and I was like, does that mean the colon with the
Yes.
parenthesis?
Yeah.
Is that what that means? And then the emoji is the actual like you put it in
The
your phone.
smiley
It's
face.
the one I always use with the guys like.
Emoji.
You know what I mean?
Emoji. What I wonder about emoji, real quick, is that is it like a trademarked thing that someone owns?
Yes.
So yeah. So that's the difference.
Unicode, whatever this is. Like,
Unicode.
yeah. And I don't know what the hell it is, but from a brief Googling and Wikipedia search and all this stuff, there is this language that was made called emoji. And they have it, and it's on iOS, and like Apple kind of like popularized it, if I'm read correctly. But then this same system is also used on Android. And like, so it is a system of things that has been now, it's a new keyboard. It's a new like language, really, that people have adopted as the standard. There is a standard emoji thing.
The poop.
Yes.
The poop with the eyes.
the
The
finger
I
eyes.
Justine loves the poop with the eyes.
Everybody loves the poop.
I
with
love
the
that
eyes.
one.
But there is meanings that have been assigned to each of these emoji that are official meanings.
Okay.
Okay.
But then, of course, there are meanings that society has deemed
We
these
push
things to
on.
also have, like the hands in the air with the
What does that
little
mean?
things going up. I mean, I don't know
I
what
see
it's
that.
actually supposed to mean, but people use it as the it's like blessed, hashtag blessed,
Really?
or
That's what
like
that means?
hallelujah, like bow down to like that. Type
Yeah.
of
The
shit.
one that looks like praying is actually a high five, and I didn't know that until somebody tweeted that.
Well, that's I was reading earlier that I think it's turned into the high five. I don't think it's supposed to be a high five. I think it's supposed to be saying please.
Oh.
Yeah, but people
like-
use that as the high five because it
So
looks
like I'm
one.
begging for the poop.
When I combine the goat with the gust of wind, what does that mean?
Goat farting.
Still goat fart?
Yeah.
Because that's what I intend it to mean.
Yeah,
I just use the shrimp for everything because the shrimp is universal.
What's the shrimp?
It's the shrimp.
Oh man, I'm missing out on the shrimp.
I mean, there's hella of them, and then now that there's the multiple colors for each one, there's just a world of combinations.
Yeah.
and it's really interesting. My favorite is what I've deemed Lola, which is the little salsa dancer.
yeah,
And
I know
Lola
Lola.
always comes in threes. I get
Okay.
you just
That's nasty.
Sure,
it's sad.
sure.
and I just-
nasty.
It's usually my response to pretty much anything.
That's what I do with the shrimp.
Yeah, and see, I like it. I like that we have this thing that we do, but then you see these other people and they're coming up with these damn sentences. With
I Justine's
emojis.
book uses them.
And what's really cool about it, I want to do a nicknames episode where
You
I
nick-
try to make sentences and see if you can see
Oh,
what
I
I'm
could
trying to
tell. Yeah,
say
that's a good idea.
with the emojis. 'cause
I would
it'll be
totally
fun.
do that. Mine would mostly just be poop across the board, and then you'd be like, I don't understand it, and I'd be like, I have to poop. I got to go blow the bathroom up.
Classic Nick.
Classic
I
Scarpino.
think I would understand that no matter what. But then there's the eggplant, which is representative of a penis.
Oh,
That's the socially accepted term for the
Okay.
eggplant.
I wish
I'm
there
gonna look at some of
were
this.
dirty emojis, though. I know there's not.
But I mean,
It's
that's
never
the thing.
gonna
Though. I mean, we've
happen.
kind of like not to say that we've created it, but I want to say that we've popularized the finger bang.
Oh, the finger bang is definitely a Tim and Nick
Now,
special.
but the finger bang is only from the YouTube emojis, right? Is
Yes.
is that in here too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
oh,
my
you can do the
apologies.
finger bang.
Yeah, dude, you
it's
can
just
finger bang.
the pointer and the okay.
If you believe Greg,
You finger
will
bang
succeed.
anything?
Yeah.
There it is, right there.
There's the
That's
finger
the finger bang right there, guys.
So
That's
here's
very
the
important.
here's the thing about this whole thing is I don't like it. I don't like it at all, and it's got to stop. I will never use an emoji.
But you use emoticons.
Exactly, because the emoticon comes from a humbler place.
Right.
Of we still don't even really know what half these things actually mean.
Right.
Right. Like my famous.
Winky smile.
I don't use the winky smile.
You use the
I
winky
use
smile
I never
sometimes.
use the wink. I use two different things.
Yeah.
I use like 4 or 5 different things, but it's always the equal sign or the colon, and then I like using the D, which is kind of like
Yeah, the smile. The big you make me smile.
which I love that one, and then the smiley face, and then I like using the slash for the frown.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Like, there's more substance in that, I feel like, than the emoji, because now we have all of these different nuanced ways to say something without saying something at all, and I don't like it, and I don't appreciate it, and I'm not gonna sit here and endorse it. I didn't download that stuff on my phone. People send me these things all the time. I can't send it back. People are like, why don't you use emojis? I'm like, I just won't do it. I'm
Is that
sorry.
really a conversation people have? Why don't you use
Yeah,
emojis?
you're also using a phone from like 10 years ago. So
It's a 5S.
yeah, I know, but it's
Yeah,
very
I have a
upsetting. Oh, look at
5S
this!
too.
Look at this!
Yeah, my sister used it. Or just
Yeah,
right now.
little hearts.
Kevin sent
now,
me
here's
a
the thing,
penis.
though. I'm with you in a lot of ways because, I mean, I'm interested in emojis and I do want to use them more. But I love my emoticons. Like, there's certain things that are just Tim Gettys equals these things. One of those, less than 3. I don't think I've ever had a text conversation with anybody without at some point dropping a less than
heart.
3.
Yeah, that's a good
The
one.
heart.
And then my smiley face, always doing the smiley face. Winky face when I do something. How many times do I look at the camera when someone says something? Now imagine if I can't do that. Maybe I can send a picture of that.
You're getting the picture.
I should
Yeah.
probably do that. But anyways, I just do the winky face. It's like shit's going down. People need to know what I'm thinking. I'm never gonna change that. I'm never gonna use the heart emoticon or emoji and the smiley emoji. I know what I'm doing there.
Yeah, I can't endorse it.
I can't make an eggplant with a
Did I do it
emoticon.
right,
With
Kevin?
ASCII.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I just feel like there's one particular emoji that I quite enjoy, although I'll never use it.
The shrimp.
It's not the shrimp. That one's your
Lola.
own joke. I like the smiley face that's crying, like laughing.
oh, yeah.
That's a good
Justine
one.
uses that one all the time.
I enjoy that one. We see that one quite often. I like that one. But again, I would never use it because we have a way to make the emoticon cry, and it's with 2 semicolons. That's how you make them cry. Okay. We have.
How do you do that? I gotta look.
Yeah, look. It's a semicolon and then like a slash or a dash and then a semicolon or an
Yeah.
underscore and a semicolon.
It makes sense.
Back in the 90s when we
You'd
had to
make
say
Kirby.
something about that made us upset, that's the way we did it.
Yeah.
I just always
All you
I've,
kids
I've,
and your
I've,
fucking
I've
emojis.
made the joke before. It always cracks me up that Colin shows more emotion in text and email than he does in real life. Because this is the face you see all the time. And is he happy? Is he sad? Is he mad at me? Is he happy
Probably
with me?
all of those things.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, look at that.
He's gotta
It's
go.
crying.
He's gotta go duty. What's he gotta do? You know,
He's
you
doing
never
it.
know.
You gotta do
But then
it.
in his text messages, he's just an emotional fruitcake out there, just he's exploding with flavor.
Yeah.
I like my favorite one is to do the 8 and then equals greater than
And then a D.
or a D. You
Yeah,
can do
use
a
the D,
too.
not the greater.
I like the
You're
greater
using the
than.
greater then? Well,
Yeah,
Jesus.
you're fucking
Come on.
hard.
What's your
Pee,
penis look like?
Oh my God.
Looks like a missile?
It's like a Scud missile.
My God.
It's like a inner.
Yeah, you have a Tomahawk missile in your pants.
One of my favorite things
Intercontinental
that
missile.
Colin does in text form is something that I used to do, and so when I see Colin do it, it kind of like makes me feel validated because I am useless in many ways.
Oh.
But it's when you put the little exclamation mark in the parentheses after a word, because I'm like, I like that because I know what it means. It means just kind of it's the look, it's the like, yeah,
I use that when writing whenever I say kinda.
or beyond, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it'll like
Beyond, I'm letting go. I've let Beyond go. But kinda funny is our Beyond's not ours anymore. I'm not going to continue to do this all for the rest of my life. I can't do it. You know what I mean? I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Can't do it?
I can't be a slave to a word. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
no,
in
no
which
one
I
holds
have
down Colin,
in which
especially
I-
if you're a word.
Yeah. So like the Beyond thing, it's like I say it and I know that everyone's like, and I'm like, we can't live our lives like this forever. You know, it's
I'm
been
gonna keep
6
looking
months
at the
since we've done
camera.
an episode of Podcast Beyond. We cannot continue to live this way. You understand what I'm saying? Nick?
I hear you. I'm with you on every level.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was never comfortable with it. Never.
Too bad. It was a
Never
minefield you had to
comfortable
live with.
It's terrible. Every time I'd be like that. Beyond. And then I'd wait, and you'd be like,
But that's back when you were. That's when you were, serious back in the day when you actually seemed like you had it together.
There was a good 2-month period where I had it fucking together.
I want to say longer than that. I really
Together.
don't feel like I knew how off the rails you were until we were deep into the GameOverGreggy show in this business. That's when I was really like, man, Nick does not have it together.
I burned out.
Nick is the opposite of an adult. I thought he was
There
the
was
adult.
so long I was trying to be the respectable producer, and then eventually, I think it's actually I blame Tim.
Really?
Because
Was there?
because Tim was like this: Nick, you're a terrible producer. You should just be on camera more, photoshopping yourself in underwear next to Justin Bieber with
All
me.
right, yeah, let's rewind a
was
little
like,
bit
all
because
right.
this is a conversation that really happened today, where we're working on some sponsorship deal, and I had to write an email about like our social reach and all this stuff, and I'm writing all our names and like how many Twitter followers we have and all this stuff. And Nick was just like, how do I get more Twitter followers? Like, how do I make this happen?
No, what happened was I was searching my favorite website, The Superficial, and I was like, "Oh, Justin Bieber took a naked picture of himself, just pointing out into the horizon with his beautiful pert ass." I was like, "That's interesting." And Tim's like, "Nick, you need to Photoshop yourself in there. You want to know how to get more Twitter followers? This is how you get more Twitter followers. And I was like, all right. So I had Kevin take a picture of me in just my jeans. And Tim's like, Nick, what are you doing?
Yeah, I was like, no. And I looked at Greg's name with the 223K, and I pointed at it. I'm like, Nick, you're going to fucking take your clothes off.
Yeah.
And you're going to do this like Greg Miller would.
Tim basically made me do softcore porn today.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad
we did
it
it
all
together.
happened.
We
while
did do it together. And Tim was like, literally
David Brevik was in the other room, creator of Diablo, CEO of Gazillion.
Fine. He was a good sport about it. He averted his eyes accordingly when I walked in the underwear, just for the comedic value of it. But yeah, what was even funnier about that was Tim was like, "Oh, I have the poppy thong in my car right now. I'll go get that." And
Hold on,
5
explain
minutes later,
what you mean by poppy thong?
You're ruining
He has-
it all. Go to twitter.com/
You can
Nick
see it.
_Scarpino to see it.
Tim, I will tell you this also as a side note. Tim, very well endowed.
Oh yeah,
Very well endowed
Thank
human
you.
being.
Look at him.
Thank you.
He's got a lot going on down there.
People say baby dick. You know what they're missing? It's baby dicks. It's like multiple baby dicks.
Strung together.
You have
Yes.
multiple dicks?
Multiple.
What do you got? An udder down there?
It's a
Okay.
little cow thing.
I didn't know that.
As we all know, in the the sort of ranking of dick size, kind of funny. You have a baby dick.
Oh yeah.
I have a big baby dick.
Yeah.
Tim has a big baby dick. Kevin, we're not sure of right now.
No dick.
But Colin, we know, he's packing the heat.
Baby arm.
He's got a baby like elephant arm.
It's like one of those.
He's got a fucking elephant
here,
trunk
here,
down
here,
there.
here.
One of those where you're like, you know, you put it on the table.
It's almost
If
like
you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Game Over Greggy Show. Each and every week, 4, sometimes 5 best friends gather on this table, each bringing a random topic of discussion for your
is that why you
amusement.
hate the TSA? Because every time you go through that scanner, they're like, "What the shit is that in your
Yeah.
pants?" It looks like you have a
WMD.
growth in your left leg.
If you want to, you can throw us a few bucks, get the episodes early over at patreon.com/kindafunny. But if you don't have any money to give us, no big deal. Go to youtube.com/kindafunny, where we break up the show topic by topic, day by day, until we post the entire thing the following Friday as one big video and one big MP3. We're off to Comic-Con, except Colin. But if you're listening to this the week it's going live on YouTube, sorry, Kevin, you got to stay here and run the ship too. We're off to SGC, Screw Attack Convention. Come see us there. And then the week after that, we're off to VidCon. So if you're there, go see us at VidCon.
Then we have a week off. Then RTX.
Ballers. Until next time, it's been our pleasure to serve you.